Hey folks, Steve Sacramento here again, and today I'm out at Folsom Lake at the Salmon Falls Assembly area, and I'm on the way to measure the Folsom Lake Pit. And for those of you that want to know how to get to the pit, the shortest distance, I'll show you right here. This is the parking lot of the Salmon Falls Assembly area. I'll show it to you on the map too, so you can see how to get there, and I'll put the GPS coordinates on the screen and in the description down below too. And if you get out of your car, go over here, there's a gate, you can walk around it, and right there, let me zoom in a little bit, is the Salmon Falls Bridge that is normally under the water. So you have to walk down to the bridge, walk across the bridge, and then I'll show you where to go from there. I'll be back. On the way to the Salmon Falls Bridge that's normally hidden under Folsom Lake, you can see a smaller bridge here. Whoops, there's my umbrella. My portable shade. Stop. Okay, gotcha. Alright, that goes in the blooper reel. On the way to the Salmon Falls Bridge that is normally hidden under Folsom Lake, you can see this smaller bridge that used to go over Sweetwater Creek, which flows into Folsom Lake right here. A little ways down here, it goes into the American River now. And up on this hill, oops, let me switch it around. Up on this hill up here, I'll link a card in the top right corner of the video right now, where you can see a video I made of the house that is up on top of the hill here. Most years there's a lot of water running here in Sweetwater Creek, but this year it's just a trickle. Once you cross Sweetwater Creek and see that little bridge over there, if you keep going straight, you'll run into this, which is right alongside of where the road used to be, if you look at the map from the 1800s. And I think this was a water trough for the horses back in the day, in the 1850s to early 1900s. I'm just guessing. Now, after we've walked several more minutes, you'll see the Salmon Falls Bridge. Not a bad looking bridge for being almost 100 years old. Supposedly this was built in 1925. There used to be another bridge farther downriver a little bit. You can see the on the other side where part of it was. Alright, let's go across. Very sturdy bridge for being almost 100 years old. Not much water running underneath it. You can actually walk under it right now. You can see on the other side there's plenty of room to walk underneath it. Probably about 12 foot of clearance from the ground to the bottom of the bridge. So once you cross the bridge, we'll take this trail here around these rocks and go up to the main trail. So now we're getting up close to the top of the hill. There's the Salmon Falls Bridge down below. And I rested for a little bit here in the shade of this tree. Now we'll go up here to the main trail. Okay, so now I've come up from the hill. Here's the main trail. This one leads off towards Darrington Trail. And the actual Salmon Falls Bridge is used by cars today. But we're going to go this way downriver. And I suggest highly that you stay on the trails, because there are lots and lots of rattlesnakes around Folsom Lake. And I've seen them myself, so I know. But when you're on the trail, you should be able to see them easier. Let's move along. So now we've been walking on the main trail a little bit and we come to a fork in the road. Take the left fork, not the right one. So I've just made the left fork a little bit ago, and if you look across the river here, you can see the top edge of the canal that was the Natoma Ditch or water canal on the south side of the South Fork of the American River. So now we've walked for quite a while and there's another fork in the road. Take the right one this time. Now the trail curves around to the right, and on your left will be the valley above Hancock Creek. Okay, so I walked a little further and the trail comes down close to the, well, dried up stream of Hancock Creek. Now I'm going to go back this way. There's a little bitty, looks almost like an animal trail. You can't see it very well here, but it's about right, my finger right there. And you want to go down to the creek bed of Hancock Creek and walk down the creek, but also up on the right side. I'll show you when I get down there. Okay, so this is Hancock Creek. After you walk down the hillside to the creek bed, walk down the creek a little ways, and now on your right, up here on the edge of the valley, right next to the trees, you'll see some fence posts with some barbed wire. Walk up to the fence. Okay, now we're up to the fence, and if you look, you can see the edge of the pit here. There's rattlesnakes around here again, so make sure you don't step on any baby ones or big ones or whatever. They're hard to see in the grass, so be very careful. Somebody commented one time, said, do I really need to say be careful around this pit? Well, not just the pit, but rattlesnakes, rocky trail, it's kind of steep sometimes, so just want to put that out there and say be careful. I just want to say, while you're at the pit here, the Folsom Lake Pit, if you look down towards the Folsom Lake area, you can see what's left of the water canal that used to be on the north side of the river, what Kevin Knaus calls the Keystone Bridge. And I'll put a card in the top right corner of the video right now to a video I made about that bridge. Alright, let's measure it. So I have my tape measure hanging over the edge of the pit there. At the very edge of the pit, it's at 23 feet. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see the end of the tape measure is just about a couple of feet above the bottom of the pit. Let's see here, yeah. And something that's different from last time I was here, there's no water in it. Last time there was water in it, and I threw a rock in there and it splashed. If you look at my previous video on the Folsom Lake Pit, you'll see there was probably, I'm going to guess, at least a couple feet, maybe at the most 5 feet in it. And now it's just a little bit wet in the bottom, and there's a little bit of weeds growing on the bottom. Let me zoom in there. Yeah. So the Folsom Lake Pit is empty of water. Let me zoom out. 0.5 here, you can see right down there is where Hancock Creek, the Hancock Creek bed is. Here's a 3 barbed wire fence around the pit, or hole, or shaft, or whatever you want to call it. And yep, I think this was something related to mining back in the 1800s, early 1900s, but who knows for sure. Alright, well, I was going to, gotta have to drink water here pretty soon. I was going to put the rope down in there that I brought, a 50-foot rope, with a magnet on the end of it to see if there was anything in the water, but there's no water, so I'm not going to use a magnet to see if there's anything down there to pull out, because I can see it's just rock down there, and there's no metal that looks like anything I could pull up. So, Alright, well, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this afternoon. And I thank you for watching. Please comment down below where you're watching this video from, so I know where you are at. And watch out for the next one. Have a great day. Bye. Smaller bridge here. Whoops. There's my umbrella. My portable shade. Stop. Okay, gotcha. Alright, that goes in the blooper reel.